The Hodder Arnold Higher Education Product List in History, Literature, and Media Studies comes to Bloomsbury Academic beginning September 2009. I'm Elise Levine, Academic Marketing Director. Hodder Arnold was a key strategic acquisition for Bloomsbury Academic in that in building up our product list, it was much more advantageous to purchase an established and well-known product line as opposed to purchasing individual titles and trying to build up authors on a one-by-one basis with course adoptions, publicity, and academic channel reviews. In addition, the Hodder Arnold brand name will help our editors attract well-known experts for future publications. As you are out and talking to your accounts, there may be some confusion about the Hodder brand name, so let me clear that up for you. There are actually two Hodder brand names continuing to be published right now. One is Hodder Arnold. Those are published by Bloomsbury Academic in our three subject categories: History, Literature, and Media Studies. We publish everything in those categories. Hodder Higher Education, however, based in the UK, not published by Bloomsbury Academic and not sold by Macmillan, but they continue to publish titles in their subject categories, which you see listed here: languages, linguistics, geography, psychology, and so forth. Like most academic publishers, we have two discount schedules. First, there's the Hodder Short Discount, which is the industry standard, and that's for the titles that are going to be for course adoptions in the academic channel. That's going to be the overwhelming majority of this list. But we also have an academic discount, and those are going to be for the titles that were intended for course adoption, but for a variety of reasons will have some crossover appeal into the retail market, and those are going to get a more standard trade discount. Here you see a summary overview of the academic titles. These are the titles that are going to be sold as course adoptions at universities. For the Hodder Arnold acquisition, that covers 90% of the entire list. And the sales for these titles are going to be dependent upon the marketing efforts that we do. Whether it's direct mail or email blasts or conference attendance, it's the job of the marketing department to stimulate a demand amongst the professors to make that choice for course adoption. The largest component of the Hodder Arnold acquisition is the academic history product list. This list has enormous scope and depth and covers global history from nearly every corner of the world. Also within this list are a number of specialized series, such as the Reputation series, which looks at key historical figures from Oliver Cromwell to Napoleon to Margaret Thatcher to Richard Nixon. Also in this product line are key analysis of the most transformative periods of world history, such as the Industrial Revolution or 20th century America. The academic literature list for course adoption includes a pretty traditional mix for undergraduate and graduate level studies for English majors. Here you'll find a mix of anthologies for very specialized studies such as Victorian fiction or Renaissance drama. You'll also find a number of titles for studying specific genres such as poetry and novels, and of course critical analysis of literary theory. The Media Studies list for course adoption covers a wide variety of media, from film to TV to the internet. But I think the list is most notable in that it has a very international perspective on media. And I think this is going to be very appealing to professors as they teach media studies to a generation born with full access to global data on the internet. I think this is going to be an enormous advantage to the Hodder list in getting course adoptions. This slide is a summary overview of what we're calling the crossover trade titles. These are Hodder Arnold products that were intended for course adoption, are sold for course adoption, but they also have a track record of crossing over into the retail market. And so for these titles, for this select list, which for this Hodder Arnold acquisition is about 20 titles, we are giving them a more traditional retail discount schedule than the products that are strictly course adoptions. And here you see a list of the academic crossover trade discount titles. The titles on the left-hand column with the blue stars next to them are the faster moving titles in the retail channel. Here you see two examples of titles from the Hodder Arnold history list, which were chosen for their crossover trade potential and given the trade discount. These two titles were selected because the subject matter, World War II and the Civil Rights Movement, tend to have retail trade appeal. Here you see three examples from the Hodder Arnold literature list, which got the crossover trade retail discount for two different reasons. In the first case, you can see that for the writer's workbook or for a title like Upgrading Your English Essay, that of course is going to have appeal to a student in retail. But for other titles such as Studying the Novel, we had a discount schedule that we inherited from the former distributor, and in several cases we retained that retail discount for consistency within the channel. These are the top accounts for the Hodder Arnold product line based on the sales data provided by Oxford University Press, who was the former distributor in the United States. There are two important positioning themes for the Hodder Arnold product line and also for Bloomsbury Academic. The first is global perspective, and the second is expertise in providing the best professional tools in the marketplace. Bloomsbury Academic is an Anglo-American college textbook publisher. By our very nature, we have an international perspective in our product line. That, I think, is going to be an enormous selling advantage in today's marketplace, where college students have had a decade of exposure to international ideas via broadband internet access. The second positioning selling point, applicable especially to the Hodder Arnold product line, is that with so much free content available on the internet, customers will only be willing to pay for content if they feel that they are getting the best professional tools available in the marketplace. The Hodder Arnold product line was built upon the reputations of world-renowned experts in their curriculum fields. In the next two slides, I have chosen just a sampling of titles that best illustrate the nature of reviews that you can count on for the Hodder Arnold product line. These reviews affirm the scholarship and expertise of the Hodder Arnold authors, and in many cases declare that these titles are the definitive work on the category subject matter, such as Massive Resistance, which you see on the right. Quote, "If one were to choose one book on this subject, this should be the one." And for the title on the left, Reformation England, quote, "The volume should become required reading for undergraduates," unquote. And the next title, quote, "This book remains the best single volume history of modern Germany," unquote. For more great reviews of the Hodder Arnold product line, visit us on the web at bloomsburyacademicusa.com or macmillanacademic.com. Your accounts can contact Bloomsbury Academic via our general email box at askacademic@bloomsburyusa.com.